9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 31 today of Stadium Connect North. I'm NinjaGuy X, and as you can see, I still have my Google shirt. I haven't changed my shirt in a full week, and I don't think I'll ever change again. So this is my life now. And today with me, I've got my friend John Scar. How are you doing, John?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you. Thank you. So today we've got a show full of stuff, man. So we've got some giveaways. We got to talk about clips of Stadia news. We've got our Outbreak friends coming to Stadia potentially, which we can have a look at. And then we got the open chat, community news, and then some more giveaways. So it's fully packed.
Lots and lots of stuff. I know the week started off slow, and we saw some people in the community had a little doom and gloom going on, but then it's just these last couple of days, we've got more news, and then this morning, more news. So it's very exciting. Everything is always a fun time with Stadia and the Stadia community.
Exactly. So before we continue, I would like to say hi to everyone in the chat. We've got Robin Wolf, I've got Blizz, Metal Wolf, Jamie Reed, Geek the Sneak, The Climax.
Yes. Woo,
yeah.
Suave.
Yes, sir. In lead, Jeremy Moore. Oh man, so many people. David P. Pretentious Yogi.
Oh my gosh.
Patrick Wachowski. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And then we got Zarina.
Yeah.
And plenty of people. Thank you very much for joining, guys. And so even before we start again, I would just like to know, John, what have you been playing this week?
Well, let's see. So this week, played a little bit World War Z. Played some more of that. Played a demo on Steam of a game that was just recently announced that it's going to be coming to Stadia. I don't want to go too much into that, but other than that, been busy working for some stuff, doing some stuff for Best Buy, and then we've been gathering and editing and composing and recording stuff for our Captures of Stadia series of videos, our Outbreak developer intro. So lots of stuff that we're doing both behind and in front of the camera.
Yeah, for sure. Same here. I've been pretty busy. The only thing I've been playing is that demo on Steam that we're going to talk about. Very exciting. And then I've played mostly Outbreak. I think I'm really going to be addicted to that for a few weeks now. Like I don't know why I'm really into these games. So that's all awesome. You'll hear me talk about. I've been pushing a lot this game everywhere on my social feeds. So you guys might find me annoying after a while, but it is what it is for a while. You might need to block me for a few weeks.
No, definitely. I could tell this the Outbreak series, like you're really enjoying those games,
Yeah.
and that is awesome to see. And I know that you had mentioned when we were talking with Evan in the developer interview that previously you weren't quite too sure about the games, and because you saw some review scores and they had basically said it was low, but you know, you went ahead and because of, you know, Evan and all the news and the information he spread, you went ahead and tried it here, and that's awesome to see that you're really enjoying it. You can really tell. Yeah.
So guys, the moral of the story is don't be influenced. If a game piques your curiosity, just, you know, look at some gameplay, and if it interests you, give it a try. It's all I'm asking. Now we also have another co-host here that we did not put in yet, but let me introduce you guys to Mr. Fletch. PSX
I'm alive.
You're alive. That is good. That is good to hear.
It finally works.
Good. Yeah. So Fletch had a little bit of trouble with his camera, but now he is here. So what have you been playing this week, Fletch?
Bit of everything really. Bit of Elemental War 2.
Oh,
cool.
Wow. Ooh.
So review coming soon on that one. And then bit more World War Z. MotoGP. I've been really getting into it again.
Nice.
Yeah, just a bit of everything really. And then just lots of editing. Obviously, I just started my new job as well, so I've just been busy.
Yeah,
even busier. I didn't even think that was possible.
I can imagine. Less sleep, right?
Exactly that. Yeah, it's go bed at 1 or 2, wake up at 7 or earlier, and it's like,
it's time to work. Yeah. 2 jobs in a way. So Flesh, I've heard that you got an announcement today to let the community know.
Yeah, so tomorrow at 9 p.m. BST because it's British summertime. There we go.
UK time.
Or 4 p.m. Eastern, or I don't even know what it is. West 12.
No, it'll be 1 p.m. Pacific. So those on the West Coast here in North America. Yeah.
I'll be doing a live stream of Outcasters. I've seen quite a lot of people wanting to jump in, but never have enough people to jump in. So I'll be doing a live stream of Outcasters to bring it back to life, as it say, and also do a giveaway for a random game key for Stadia, along with a $10 gift card as well. So that can go towards the game or DLC or whatever games you want on Stadia. So
very nice.
Yeah, join me tomorrow for that. I know I'll be doing crowd choice and play as well. So all the features.
Awesome. Nice. That's very good, guys. So, Fletch. And so, guys, keep in mind, Fletch is doing a giveaway tomorrow, and he's playing Outcasters with the community. If you're interested in the game, go have a look at that. So now, let's jump onto our first segment, which is, I just want to announce you guys that I'm doing a giveaway for Dawn of the Monsters on Google Stadia. So all you have to do is the giveaway is in the description of this video. All you have to do is click on the link, and you just need to click on that gleam.io link, and they'll just ask you to go on my YouTube channel to get an entry, and that's all you have to do. So with that, at the end of next week, I'll be drawing a lucky winner to the for getting the code of Dawn of the Monsters. So if you want the game, give it a try. I'm a big fan of the game. I finished it. I 100% it. So much fun. So definitely give it a try. You can play if you ever want to play with someone. It's not online, but a local friend or with Parsec would be great to play this game. But highly recommended if you like beat 'em ups.
I still need to get with you, so I need your help on Azrael, the last boss, because he just keeps kicking my butt there. No matter what I do, I can't beat Azrael, so I think I'm gonna need to get with you, Ninja, and we'll do some Parsec and beat that last boss, because oh my gosh, it's just crazy here. So
absolutely, I'm game for sure. Let's do it when we have some time to play together for sure.
Okay. So I see there's a here in the chat comment. Dead Dog 52 is asking about the link for Fletch's stream for tomorrow, so he'll be posting that here shortly. We'll make sure that we'll get it added to the description, but we'll post it in the chat here as well, just as soon as we can here.
As soon as it works.
As soon as it works here.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, so we've got a poll up here too.
Right.
I already see Rebellica was mentioning, and I can't believe we forgot to add this. It totally slipped my mind here. What is your most anticipated upcoming game? Hot Wheels Unleashed, Deathrun TV, Five Nights at Freddy's, or House of the Dead?
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and vote there. Sorry, we forgot to add Lumote there.
Yeah.
On the topic of that, I have been playing Lumote as well.
Wow, man, that's awesome! I can't wait to play it.
Yeah, I decided to get it on PC as well, just to support the devs, and I've been loving it. It's really. I can't wait for people to play it on Pro. It's really, really good.
Nice. That's good to know. Good to know that your first impression is like that. Yeah, so okay, for the poll actually, so I had Lumon in mind, but there wasn't enough space, and Lumon, we did talk about it a lot like in the past few weeks, so I decided that like maybe skip this one for the poll, but Lumon is in our mind, so that's for sure.
And actually, we'll be talking about Lumote here as part of the news soon, so
yes, keep an eye out. Keep an ear out.
Yes, keep an ear out.
Yeah. So next up, we would just like to talk about our new show that we're doing. We've been doing it last week. We've announced it already, and we're now on episode 3. But it's clips of Stadia. So right now we're gonna announce the winners of last week's Stadia capture. So we do 2 episodes a week, and you guys already know if you've captures of Stadia. Why is it clips of Stadia? John, they're messaging me in private. But I'm not sure why.
I made the same mistake before.
Let me get that out of the way. But so we know who the winner of episode 1 is. It's Califet with his PUBG clip. But now let me announce you guys who is the winner for episode 2, and it is the one and only Krenis Kagora with his clip on hitting a tree branch with his horse carriage. So Mr. Kagora, or I don't know if I'm spelling that correctly, but saying that, but you have earned your spot to a tweet that will be pinning on our Stadium Connect North account. So congratulations, sir. And that was a pretty funny one, and happy that he won it. It is definitely one of the good ones in here.
And that was voted by the community, right? So the way that the winners are determined is we just have people leave a comment with your favorite capture of that episode, and whoever has the most comments with votes, then we tally them up there, and that is a particular winner of the week. And like Ninja said, what we do is after each week, we'll pin the particular clip to the Stadium Connect North Twitter account for the duration of the week to get your beautiful captures for everyone to see. And also what we're doing is, our hope is to, at the end of the year, then put together a top, depending on how many episodes we have at that time, let's say top maybe 30 clips out of the year, and then from there people can vote and dwindle it down, and then we'll see the top, what ends up being people's most favorite clip of the year. So it should be pretty interesting, and we already have a ton of captures that people sent to us, but we're always looking for more. In the description we've got a link to that where you can submit your captures, and that way we like to try and mix things up and get a nice variety of videos. And so far, everyone that has been submitted has been fantastic. So if you haven't saw your video yet, your capture, don't worry, it's in the works, and we try to get those episodes out. They're twice a week at this current pace, which I think is pretty good. If we happen to get a lot more, then maybe it's something we might even add an extra episode or even double it. It all depends on how it goes. So keep those captures coming in, and we're having a blast watching them and commenting on them and seeing all these like just funny, strange things that go on in the games.
Yep. And episode 3 is currently out, guys. It came out at noon today. So have a look, put your vote in the comment to see who is going to be the third winner of the captures. So we got some pretty good ones in there. Some of my favorites are probably like the Assassin's Creed Valhalla. In this one, we have 2 clips, and they're hilarious.
I love the let's say swimming up high.
It's just like
that's so good.
I've had people have commented on the Far Cry 6, the fight, the phantom fight where
that was good. Yeah,
there's 2 guys fighting, but they're like 12 feet apart, and they're like and they're all reacting to it. It just looks totally funny. So it's great.
Exactly. All right, guys. So I'm gonna make John lead the next segment of the show, which is the news. Stadia news.
Alrighty, so there's a lot of news today. We're gonna start off with some of the most recent news here, and I'm gonna share my screen here. Our good friend Cody in the Stadia community noticed earlier this morning that Hot Wheels Unleashed has been rated by the ESRB for Stadia. And this has caused, quite a nice commotion. I don't know exactly the word commotion is, but positivity. People have been are really excited about this game coming to Stadia. And this is developed by Milestone, who, lo and behold, was listed as one of the developers that have access to the low change porting tools for Stadia here. So we were wondering, what could they be working on? MotoGP 22? Or, well, sure enough, here we know that what we're assuming is that Hot Wheels is one of the games here that they are going to be bringing to Stadia, hopefully very soon. So this is really awesome. I know a lot, like I said, a lot of people are excited for this. So I thought we'd go ahead and play the trailer here. Fletch, have you had a chance to play this before, since it released in the fall on other platforms?
I haven't. Believe it or not, I've held off for a while, thinking there's always going to be a possibility that it'll come over. So I never, even though it's been on discount on PlayStation, Xbox, all of that sort of stuff, I've held myself like I did with MotoGP. And
good job.
But I know that people absolutely love this game. It got rave reviews, and people were really surprised when it came out, because I think it was kind of a shock. It didn't really have much marketing behind it.
Right.
It kind of came out and people were like, it's probably going to be rubbish. It's a license. And it's great. And to be fair, Milestone are great at their craft of racing games. Yeah. It's great, and I can't wait for it to come. I really can't. It needs to hurry up soon, but I reckon this could possibly be a pro game. That's my reckoning. This would be
that would, again, it to me, it fits all the criteria for pro, because it's multiplayer, right? So this is something you're going to play again and again and again and again and again. And I know some people have, like, I saw comments on social media. It's like, oh, that's the problem with everyone wants a pro game. Well, the thing is here is it doesn't mean that others who don't have pro can't purchase the game. And we know that with Stadia's Stadia Pro revenue sharing, that it's a fantastic model. So it's a great way to get exposure to your game, and for developers to potentially make even more money than they would if they were selling the game on, without Stadia Pro just by itself. So I'm really excited for here. So no, I know you're not too big of a racing fan, Ninja, but is this something that interests you, or you might try out and play? Or
that's something that I tried on pro for sure. Like if it goes on pro multiplayer, right? I'm part of the community, so of course it's something that I play with people. And I mean, that would probably be a potential game also for the summer community championship, right? So if that be the case, I'd definitely be playing it because I have to probably make some rules and stuff like that. So for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure. Wow.
The Climax is asking here, how many people can play at a time on Hot Wheel? Do you guys know this?
I want to say 8, but I don't think it is. Let me double check on my Xbox a second.
Yeah.
I need like an office or something.
There's a single player mode, online player versus player. There's a shared split screen
12.
player versus player. 12.
12.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So just like golf with your friends.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And
you're right.
it's local as well, so it has split screen. Yeah.
Sweet.
Nice.
That's very good.
And it's it says here cross-platform multiplayer on Xbox.
Oh.
So
there you go. So because we know it's out on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, that's all they have it on right now. Yeah,
it's on everything, isn't it? Yeah,
Switch. Yeah, it's on everything there. And I know just recently add-on content has come out for it too, so they're supporting the game really well there. So I think, like we mentioned, that there really wasn't any marketing behind it, and people thought, oh, it'll probably just be crap or whatever, but it ended up turning out to be really good because the Hot Wheels name and milestone behind it as well. So nice. This is great. Yeah, we see people in the chat here. Califett confirming.
What was the DLC that came out? It was Batman, wasn't it? The most recent one.
Yeah, Batman, some cars and things like that. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. Alrighty, so that was the news this morning. Woke up this morning to that great news here. And earlier this week, we had a blog post on Tuesday. Now, to be honest with you, a lot of people found the blog post to be a little bit underwhelming. There wasn't really like a whole lot of news here. We saw that Pac-Man Megatunnel Battle got a trial, which is I think Anthony is in the chat here. It's one of his favorite games.
Oh, no way. I didn't know that.
Yeah, when I first met Anthony with Stadia Bash Community Network at the time, Pac-Man Megatunnel was one of the first games I think I streamed on there, and Anthony was telling me that was his favorite. We played along as well, so yeah. So there we go.
Got Robin here saying, yeah, exactly that. I saw that at the beginning of our stream. They said that Dragon Quest got them interested. So nice. So there's a trial, right? So it's always good to have these just in case you want to give them a try.
Yeah, exactly. So then it goes to talk on about what we learned last week as well. Blaze and the Monster Machines, the Dragon Quest 11 trials, Little Nightmares. A reiteration here, Golf with Your Friends, which came out last Thursday here. And then it talked about the free add-on content for Dark Side Detective, A Fumble in the Dark. Irish developer Spooky Dore reunites us with a paranormal investigator in this exciting new case. One Flew into the Cuckoo's Nest, available for free to play on Stadia. So it was free DLC. You didn't have to buy it there. And I know that there's a lot of people in the community that love the Dark Side Detective. I am one of them. I haven't played this yet, though. It's definitely going to be on my list. Who knows? Maybe this weekend, if I get some free time, I'll check it out. But other than that, there wasn't a whole lot of other news. Just again, a reminder that the Elder Scrolls Online is free to play on Stadia until April the 26th. And that was pretty much it. Like we said, nothing really new aside from the Pac-Man Megatunnel battle being on a trial there. So immediately, after this came out, there was kind of some pessimism and controversy and all this stuff. And there isn't always going to be bombshell announcements every week, so you give and take. But then here, let me look over at my screen here.
It was what they did next, which really sort of made me go, why?
So About just a little under 2 hours after the blog post was posted, they sent out press to email, as they normally, like they always do for every Tuesday. There's a press email that goes out, and it usually gets sent the same time that the blog post goes live. Well, for this particular one, it didn't get sent to almost 2 hours later, and from time to time they have a little bit of extra news in it. Really nothing major. Sometimes it might say, oh, well, there'll be an upcoming interview, or stay tuned for more new game announcements next week, or something like that. Well, this time they included a list of the first 3 titles in Stadia Pro for May, because some speculated that maybe since this past Tuesday was the last Tuesday for this month, that we'd hear the Stadia Pro games. And we didn't, but guess what? We did a couple hours later here. We got final confirmation here. I know that there was some other controversy of is Lumota Pro game? Is it not? Is it not? It was originally announced in a blog post. It was. In a trailer, it says that it was for May a Stadia Pro game. Then they retracted the blog post. We had an interview with Luminosum Games. They both confirmed, Michelle and Kyle confirmed that, yep, it's a Stadia Pro game, but there were still some that weren't sure, because Stadia had put out a tweet saying, no, it wasn't. They responded to somebody. So anyways, people were unsure. Yeah. This way, we got the confirmation that, yes, Lumota is coming to Stadia Pro May 1st. And that's why the game didn't launch the same time as the other platforms. Because it just launched, was it yesterday, right? Today's the 22nd. Yeah, I think it launched yesterday on other platforms. So to keep it for Stadia Pro, they decided to hold off, and we get it about a week later, a little bit over a week later.
Yep. Some people are wondering why these games were not announced on the blog, and John speculated, which makes sense to me. So maybe they're just approaching different types of marketing ways to advertise these kind of things, because that way popular news reporters can actually put it in and announce these types of things. So maybe they're testing grounds, right? Maybe they're looking at if it helps out or not. So that's cool.
And I honestly do think that, because from what I can say is they are restructuring the way that the press, that Google with the Stadia division itself handles press emails and things like that. They've done a restructuring and stuff like that. So I think this is, just like we said here, is probably just a way to kind of give a little nudge to some outlets to be able to, get that little bit of extra info. Like I said, sometimes they'll include some other info there. Like I remember recently, one of the emails, and I tweeted it out, it said about new game announcements next week, right? And that wasn't in the blog, but it was in the press email. So they're just finding the perfect mix here. Regardless, we found out anyways.
Yeah.
So one way or another, we got all the information. Another addition that came as a shock, or a surprise, I should say, was Outriders. Outriders is coming to Stadia Pro on May the 1st. And also that day, we learned that there's new DLC coming for Outriders, which we will talk about here shortly. That is actually coming in, I believe, end of June, or near the end of June there. But we'll talk about that. So Outriders is now, or will be on May the 1st, Stadia Pro. And the third game that's announced, Paw Patrol the Movie Adventure City Calls.
Yes.
So these are the first 3 games announced. More titles are coming. So I would anticipate, at this point, it's pretty much a given, right? That this next week, we're going to get the other 2 or 3 titles. Hopefully, I've got my fingers crossed, Deliver Us the Moon is in there, because I know that game's delayed.
Yeah.
We thought could have been like an April Fool's joke, but no, we really don't know the nature of the delay. Maybe some bugs or something like that, but hopefully we hear next week that we're going to get Deliver Us the Moon in May. because that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
And
so
some
yeah,
other games as well.
Fletch has made a review for Paw Patrol the movie Adventure City Calls. So guys, if you're wondering if it's any good or anything, hop into Fletch's YouTube channel because he has some thoughts on that. Maybe you can give us a little bit of
just for that one. Do note that was before I had more of the setup. So if the audio is bad, I'm so sorry. But no, I love that Lumote's coming to Pro. I do wish that they had it coming the same day as other platforms just to buy, because I still would have just bought it anyway. But I can understand if they want to do it and hold it. That's completely fine. It doesn't make a difference. It's a bonus for everyone. I just would have liked to have bought it anyway for the developers, but that's just me.
Well, I know I can see probably why they did this is because I know before games have come out and then a couple weeks later they went to Pro. And people ask for refunds or complain. So what I figure what they are doing this just not to avoid any confusion or refunds is just wait the extra week and a bit. Because not everyone's going to know. They'll be saying, oh, well, I didn't know it was coming to Pro and all this other stuff. So, I mean, I wish we would have got it the same date too, but I understand, as to why they did that there because the good old backlash. So so that was Tuesday. That started off the news for this week there. So we started off a little bit slow. Then we got the Pro games. And the next day here, all of a sudden, nobody even was anticipating this. We've got another blog post up here that says, next up on Stadia, Deathrun TV. What? And dum-diddy-dum, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Now, we know the developers, a very huge game. We know that the developers for Five Nights at Freddy's were listed as one of the developers that have access to the low change porting tools. So I know many in the community, Clive and even everyone here on the panel as well, we all speculated Five Nights at Freddy's was coming. Well, sure enough, we've got the confirmation on it. So I think what I'm going to do here first, Ninja, is I'm going to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's first. Then we're going to go back up and talk about Deathrun because you streamed and you played. There's a demo on Steam that came out last June. I think it's called the first episode or early episode.
The pilot,
pilot episode here. And then we could talk about that while we're watching the gameplay and you can, elaborate a little bit on your experience here.
Sure.
So, So we'll go down here. Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, I'm not sure it really needs a lot of introduction here. But, it's saying Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, which is the latest entry in the series. Is the latest installment of the family-friendly horror game loved by millions of players from all over the globe. Well, I could tell you this because my family and I were talking about this earlier today and about how there's quite a big younger audience for this. My wife is a teacher and she teaches grade 2, and there are actually like a lot of kids in grade 2 that love Five Nights at Freddy's.
Wow.
And my wife was like, is that really appropriate for someone who's like 7 or 8 years old? But regardless whether it is or not, there's a lot of younger fans to the series here, and this is I think it's a great get for Stadia itself because, like we said, this is a very popular series here, horror series here, and like they say, millions of players all over the globe. You play as Gregory, a young boy trapped overnight in Freddy's Mega Pizzaplex.
Oh, sounds fun.
We'll call it here. Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know how kids play this because I know that I will stream this, but I know I'm going to be scared as anything. I don't know how they do it, but the fact this game came out in December. Mm-hmm. And it's coming now is fantastic, but I don't get, my son loves watching stuff like this, and I'm like,
exactly, right?
You're 5 years old. What's going
on? He likes
on?
watching you suffer.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a possessed Chuck E. Cheese that goes wild here. It says Gregory must survive the near unstoppable hunt of reimagined Five Nights at Freddy's characters, as well as new horrific threats here.
And
and
some people in the chat, they mentioned that, and it's true. So this game is not released on Xbox yet. So yeah, so it might attract some other people. But at the same time, Xbox can play Stadia, right? So in a way, now people will be able to play this game on Xbox, which is going to be nice. Yeah.
Exactly. I see Bruce in the chat here. I know Bruce or Bruce's kids are fans of the series. I know he had mentioned something about that before as well. So this is good. Yeah, he was saying my son has 5-game compilation on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, wow.
So again, you know, the younger audience loves this here. So this is a great get. You know, just like Fletch was saying, it came out in December. So, and Ninja, you know, like it's not on Xbox, so now it's on Stadia here, another game here. So the hunters and the hunted adapt to survive and explore and discover. I'm not going to go through all of what's, you know, what it says there, but still, this is a really great get for Stadia. And it does say coming soon. So we don't have a firm release date, but hopefully we'll see it over the next couple of months here. Now that these load change reporting tools are out, they're testing, they're reporting bugs and whatnot. So this is super awesome, and I'm so excited for it. And you know, just like Fletch says, I'll be ready to stream it day one here because you know it's just great. Like,
is no one getting scared of that clown face down the bottom? Like that's already freaking me out. Like, how does that not freak anyone out? Like,
and his piano teeth there, right up at the top.
Yeah, and you can see what Freddy behind it. Like, nah. I'd
really? Wow. Okay.
I'd be like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Yeah, and so against Stadia Pro Gaming chat there, I think he says here, give us a free to try demo, and it'll be even bigger when I think. Yes, that would be awesome if they have a demo or a trial for the game. So we'll definitely see. I know that these trials, they're rolling them out to more and more developers. And I really do think it's a win-win for the developers in Stadia. People get a chance to try their games for a certain amount of time, 30 to 120 minutes, depending on whatever the allotment is. And it's a good way.
They need to market this. It is
definitely
huge. Stadia, if there's any time for them to market something, it's with that game. Because that could be millions of people jumping on it. It's huge.
Well, and also that's another, you know, I hate to say this too, but that would be another awesome if it was a Stadia Pro game, right? Like for it to be included in it, because these are, you know, big name titles that are included in your subscription there. And again, if you're not a Stadia Pro subscriber, you can still, you know, claim or buy the game outright. So regardless. So there's another game here. Now, I was not aware of this game up until Wednesday here. So Deathrun TV, basically it says here, Deathrun TV is a fast, hardcore, roguelike twin stick shooter. So what I'm actually going to do, Ninja, here is I have to unshare my screen here. Maybe if you could just start to talk a little bit about while I get your stream ready, your experience with the game and a little bit about what it's about.
Oh yeah, for sure. So looking at the gameplay in the screenshot, I was definitely interested in this game. So I went ahead and gave it a try on Steam with the demo. It's not out yet anywhere. You know, it's a new game, and oh man, it's so much fun. It's basically, it reminds me a lot of Enter the Gungeon, where you're thrown into these generated levels, and you have to survive and get to the other section. And this game is very similar to kind of like Super Smash TV on the Super Nintendo, where you have to it is a twin stick shooter, and you have to go in these rooms and stuff like that. You've got like some survivors that you have to rescue, but it's optional, and you will most likely only rescue like 10% of these survivors. Because it's so hard to actually keep them alive, right? So, but your character is like very hardcore, and he swears a lot, and like he doesn't care about like much stuff. It's crazy. So I finished the demo, and it's the pilot. Basically, you have multiple episodes that you have to go through, I guess, and but they made you just do the whole pilot, which is actually pretty hard. The objective is basically to get as much skill as you can, but also as much likes as you can. You know, like Facebook, those likes, and getting these likes actually makes you unlock other weapons, more powerful weapons for your next run, because you're gonna die a lot in this game. It is a roguelike, and it's very hard. But every single time you get more stuff, and you get better at the game, and yeah, it's really fun. I really enjoy it. So John, you already gave it a try, didn't you?
Yeah, I played it myself. So I was going to ask you, did you play it with a controller or keyboard and mouse?
I did with a controller. I'm very much more familiar with a controller for these types of games. Yeah,
I tried the keyboard and mouse, and I was horrible at it.
When you start the game, it actually tells you that it's recommended to use a controller, which is kind of cool. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and what I really love about it is like just the intense action that goes along with the game here. Let me fast forward it a bit here.
Yeah, can you like maybe mute it also, because it's hard to hear? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I just muted it here. Yeah,
awesome.
So here you can see like my experience with it too. Like when I first started out, I think I made it past that very first room where it gives you the basics, but then the second room there already started to die, and I was like, okay, where are the options of the game? So there's options in there where you can show like, you know, the enemy's health and things like that. And it took me a little bit to realize also too that you can have like dual wield. So there's an option in there so that when you fire, it automatically fires both at the same time.
That is true.
So I enabled that. I enabled that so that way I don't have to worry about that. You use your left thumbstick to move around, your right thumbstick to aim, and I believe it's the right trigger to shoot. And there's like force feedback on it as well. And I really enjoyed it here. Like, don't let the visuals, like some might say, oh, well, look at the visuals. They're not that fancy and flashy. Well, they certainly are. Like once you play it, there's even a warning in the game. And I think you could turn like the flashing down or something like that. Is that, you know, like it's very bright, flashy, and like you said there, you got to go for your likes and save your friends and how many kills you can get. You can unlock weapons. And what I really loved about your stream too is that some of the developers, as you can see in the chat there, actually came into your stream. And it's very interesting to find out this is another small team. They're a 2-man team. Right. So they're a very small team here. Merge Games is the one that's going to be publishing this on Stadia. That's their publisher. I'm excited for this. Like,
me too.
This is right up my alley. You know, when we were talking about either in December or early January, what are your most anticipated or upcoming games for Stadia? And Death Carnival and From Space were my top two, right? I love twin stick shooters here just for that arcade action, that Smash TV, the game show experience there. It's just so fun. Like I love, this is something where you don't have to think too hard about. You can just have a lot of fun in it. I know there was a question in the demo itself. It's just a single player. It's not multiplayer. And I'm pretty sure that in the in your chat there, it might have been maybe near the end or something, that they mentioned that currently there's not a co-op there, but it's something that they may add. Hopefully they do. But this is just so fun.
Hopefully the music also, you know, I gotta have good music in my games because it does a lot, and the music in this game is excellent. Like I really enjoy it. You can actually download it on their Discord, and I think that they have a Bandcamp that you can actually buy it from or something. But it is definitely a day one purchase for me. I'm gonna enjoy this game a lot for sure. Like
not gonna lie, I just tried it.
Yeah.
It's really fun. I can see that this will be really good with like crowd play, crowd choice. I could see it being implemented really well, like the features into it.
And I did mention that to the developer afterwards. He said that it's a feature that he might consider in the future. So at least he's aware of it, and hopefully he'll put it in, because there is a Twitch toys option that you can do right now, which will give you items and things like that. So it's going to be interesting to see these types of features.
Yeah, that's good, because I went into the options and saw that as well. It's not presented like, if you don't go in and look for it, you don't know about that Twitch, and it's basically the crowd choice, really.
It is.
That would be so awesome for them to add that on the Stadia version. It's just a load of fun. Like if you like Contra, those shoot 'em up arcade style games, Smash TV, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, you know what I mean?
Nice.
Death Carnival, stuff like that. You're really going to enjoy this game. It's just, I love it, right? Like, this is so awesome.
Can't wait.
I do see what you mean about the F-bomb a lot, though. Like, the character does say the F-bomb a lot, doesn't he?
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so bad. I really hope that, like, honestly, like, it's the only thing that I don't really enjoy is the swear. Like, he swears every 5 seconds or something like that. It's way too much. So, I don't mind the swearing. It's just that it just happens way too much. It's
constant,
it constantly. So
I thought, it can't be that bad. Tried it, and I was like, oh, wait there. He does say it quite a lot.
Maybe I'll suggest it to him on his chat or something. Yeah.
And so is this one of the bosses here, Megapede?
Yeah.
That you fight? Yeah.
So there's some side boss, I think, and some super boss. Yeah. And this one, for some reason, was pretty easy. He's just randomly going up and down.
What's going on?
Yep. You got to power up. You can be like big, right? So you can stomp all around and
exactly. It was a fun boss.
So would you? I think your stream was an hour, so you were able to complete the demo in about an hour, right?
Yeah. But you need to be skilled at these type of games. It is very skill intensive. So it might be a little bit longer for others. And it's replayable. Like if you finish it, you can go back and do it again because it's always randomly generated, right? And I wish I could have finished it like sooner. Like, I feel like my skills is supposed to be better. I guess it was the morning and I was still tired, but it can definitely be finished a little bit earlier than an hour for sure.
Yeah, it just looks like I'm in awe here. Like I want to play it after we're finished the show here. Yeah. But it's so good. So anyways, Deathrun TV. Got to make sure I've got the name of the game right here. Like, there you go. Demo completed. You're awesome. Thank you so much for playing Deathrun TV, coming soon. So I think that for this particular game, that if I remember correctly, on the Stadia Discord, the developer posted something about it's still early in development. So this is probably something like, if we see it this year, it probably won't be till I'm going to anticipate fall, like, just based upon that what they said. I know that this demo that they put out here was from, I believe, June of last year.
Oh, wow.
But I'm not anticipating this until late summer, early fall. So we've reached out to the developers too, to see if we can maybe get them on the show, talk about it, find out a little bit more about the game. So stay tuned for that. It's just it's such a great game, and I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, same.
Alrighty, so we're going from one game to another here. Let me share my screen again. Window, and here we go. This is the game I voted for in the poll here, and I've been waiting for. We saw it got rated ESRB, and now we know it's coming out. Actually, before this official announcement, so this was, I don't know if this was Wednesday or Thursday. It was one of the 2 days this week. I remember waking up and seeing early in the morning that another site, I think it was the House of the Dead remake wiki,
Yeah, like a
Twitter
fan
or
site,
whatever.
a
Yeah,
fan account. Yeah.
post it that it is coming, and it's coming not only to Stadia but to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. I went into the the House of the Dead, like the official Discord, and I posted. I said, "Is this official?" They deleted it quickly and they said, "No, only official news here." But that was like 10 minutes later. It was right before 9 o'clock Eastern, and then this is when like the tweet come out. You can see here, look, 9:09 a.m. Eastern. House of the Dead remake. It's coming out April the 28th. Now, on the other platforms, of pricing for Nintendo Switch, I believe it's $25 US, and the same for the other platforms. So we can anticipate that to be the same pricing on Stadia. Nothing official has been announced yet, but that's what I'm going to anticipate. 25 US, probably 30 Canadian, 29.99 Canadian. This ties into a question our good friend Bruce emailed in and was asking about gyro or motion controls on Stadia. So the Stadia controller itself does not have any motion controls, but one of the reasons for this is when they were, and this was at one of the events when they were talking about Stadia before it launched, and they were talking about the controller design decisions and choices and whatnot. When they spoke with developers, the motion controls or gyro were really low on the list of requirements or things that they would like to see in the controller. It was so low that they didn't even bother to include it in there. Yeah. And I guess in the long run, too, it's a cost cutting. Really, if the developers aren't really asking for it, why add more cost to the controller? So currently, note the Stadia controller does not support motion controls. In the future, could they release a revised version of the controller? Sure. Xbox and PlayStation do it all the time. They revise their controllers, even in the same generation. If I remember correctly, what was it? Was it PS3 or PS4 that launched without Rumble, and because there was a lawsuit, and then they brought it back in a revision of the controller?
PS3, yeah. They had two different names, right? They had the DualShock, and then they renamed it something else. I can't remember the name.
Right. Yeah. And they downplayed it. They said, "Oh, well, the Rumble, you really don't need it, blah, blah, blah." But it was all because of the lawsuit. They resolved that, and they brought it back. So is it possible? Yes. But what is very interesting about this is back in March, the Stadia app version 4.6 APK, people in the community, always like to take a peek and see what's under the hood in the app there. And one of the things that was noticed were plans put into place, and there's code in there for motion controls using your mobile device. Yeah. So speculation is, and I'm hoping that this is the case here, that you'll be able to use like your phone as a controller and use it to, as light gun-ish, right? Point it at the screen, move it around, and press a button on it to act as a gun.
Yeah, so that'd be amazing.
It's not confirmed, but hopefully next week. I know people have asked in this tweet, I think here's me asking, oh no, this is about PS Move support will be patched after the premiere. I asked about if there's going to be motion controls on Stadia. They never really responded. I went into the Discord as well and asked about it, and they give me a generic answer as well. Anywhere where motion controls are supported, the game should have it. So who knows what it is? It'll be a pleasant surprise, and I think this will open the door for other of these light shooter type games, the light gun shooter type games that are very arcade-like. They used to be really common back in the early, PS2, not so much PS3, PlayStation, Dreamcast, Saturn, and stuff like that, where, again, where the House of the Dead series started out in the arcade, then it brought home to Saturn. It even expanded. It's on PC as well. Typing of the Dead, which I would love to see, is great. So
what's one of the ones I used to play? I think it was like Time Crisis. Is that what?
Time Crisis?
Yes,
yeah, Time Crisis by Namco. Yeah,
Isn't there like Silent Scope also, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, and there's like a whole bunch. If you
go to there's a lot.
Go to like arcade, like across the street here. There's a rec room here in Toronto, and they have arcade, because I know arcades aren't really, that prevalent anymore, and they've got like a ton of different shooters there as well. These light gun shooters, and they're always fun to have to play along. I mean, I don't expect, like, you've got to remember, so this is a remake of an arcade game, so you're not going to get a 10 to 20 hour story out of this game. More than likely, depending on how good your skills are, you'll probably get a couple of hours, right?
Yeah.
But what'll be fun is having to be able to play. You'll be able to play with multiplayer, right?
Oh,
so
nice.
You'll be able to play with your friends. I don't think it'll be online. I don't think so. But still, I mean, we could even do Parsec. So really, who knows what it'll be? But it's always good to have some good old fashioned fun and zombies here. So. This was great to see this confirmation, and it's coming next Thursday. So that is something to look forward to. Now, we talked about it earlier here. Watch again. So Outriders. Let me mute this on my end here. Outriders, there's a brand new add-on DLC coming June the 30th. So the end of June here, and this was revealed yesterday. And if we take a look at it here, I've got it open in another tab here. So it gives us World Slayer. What they're doing is they are releasing it as an add-on if you already have Outriders. So on Stadia, if you've bought it previously, or you claim it on Stadia Pro in May, you'll be able to purchase the World Slayer update. They're also repackaging it as Outriders World Slayer. So the original game plus World Slayer. So, depending for those that don't have the game. But for us on Stadia here, the majority, I would say a lot of people really have Stadia Pro. So they'll be able to just subscribe. And if they want this update, they'll be able to purchase it here. You can see a little bit of info here. Journey of Death, humanity's hope for survival rests on your journey deep into the cradle of Enoch's civilization. 1 to 3 player co-op. We know that the game is cross-play, all platforms now, so it's good. Continue to play solo or join up 2 friends, a drop-in, drop-out co-op as you take on the horrors of the hyper-evolving planet in Apocalypse. 4 unique classes, so customize and upgrade your Outrider with all new and powerful Apocalypse items and mods. The items have additional 3rd mod slot for customization for your loadout to match your playstyle. Guns and gear, so you can again customize or upgrade with different items and mods. Power, adapt your abilities and skills. And there's a skill tree for the different classes. The end game, earn incredible loot as you face new horrors in the vast end game experience in the ancient city here. And nice. Boost in, further develop your existing character, or use new boost to roll or geared up to level 30 rider. So I'm going to go ahead and move this back here. So there was a question too about, do you have to make it so far in the game to be able to play it? And no, they're going to do like what Destiny does. Like they'll auto level up your character. And in fact, one of the questions or one of the things that they said is like, you could actually play the World Slayer before you play the original game. Oh, so wow. You don't have to play the original to be able to play World Slayer. And I think that's really good anyways, so that, people that are new to the series there, if they just purchase it, they can jump right in and play along with their friends and experience it. But this is good. I know Outriders, when it launched, it was really rough around the edges on Stadia. It was behind in so many patches and whatnot, but they've done a good job of getting it up to date here, and I'm excited for this to come here the end of June. And this is definitely one of the games, not like Destiny 2 where I feel lost in. Outriders, I feel really comfortable. It has that Gears of War type feeling to it as well. So if you like the third person shooting games like this, I think that you'll enjoy it. And plus, with Outriders coming to Stadia Pro in May, you can try it anyways as part of your subscription.
Exactly.
So,
nice campaign that they're doing there. Nice marketing because like the DLC, and the DLC seems pretty meaty also. So a lot of stuff. I think it's about $40, right?
It's actually in Canada it's going to be, I think it's $49.99, but yeah, okay. 40 in the US. So my question was, Ninja, is this something Outriders? Is a game? Have you played it? If not, will you play it on Stadia Pro? And what do you think? Like, is this your type of game?
So I played like the introduction, I guess, like up until I got to the hub world, and then I think I stopped. It's a game that is really fun. I really enjoy it. It's a game that I play more, but I feel like it's a game that requires a lot of time, right? So it's like I don't know if I can commit to something like that right now, because I feel like it would take a lot of time to finish, and I can't do that right now. But I definitely want to get into it back at some point for sure, because it is fun. Like and I've played it after the big patch, right? So I didn't encounter anything weird, but the story is very gripping. The combat is solid. There's some cool spells that you can have. Feels like almost like a Warhammer, type of game, like with those special abilities and stuff. So it's really enjoyable, definitely.
Yeah, and I think this is a game that I think is best played with 2 other people to get that maximum experience. So Fletch, remind me, because my mind is super foggy. I know I played and streamed Outriders after the big patch came and there was some content. Did I play with you? Was that you that I was playing with?
No, it wasn't me. No.
Okay. So it must have been, I forget. I can't believe it. I'll have to go back and look. I played with 2 other people here, and sorry that I forgot who it was. So is this a game, Outriders, Fletch, that you've played or will play, or not your type of game? Or
I played like 6 or 7 hours of it when it came to Game Pass, sort of on its day 1 release. I actually own it on every platform.
Nice.
So I probably spent at least £60 to £80 just buying these games. Like, it's ridiculous. And I haven't really played more than 7 hours. I do really enjoy it, but I think sort of a lot of other games came out near it at the time.
Yeah, so I think that's
it just took my attention away.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think it was much long after that like F1 came out, and I was just there like, yeah, bye. So it's like stuff like that. It just got in the way. But now that sort of we're having that so-called AAA drought slightly, gives me a chance to dive into it again.
True.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's published by Square Enix, but developed by People Can Fly. They're out of Montreal, I believe. So that's it's great to see. It's another Canadian development studio here. Yeah. So this looks really interesting. Like I said, I think once Outriders launches on Pro here, I'll probably start my game over and maybe play along with a couple of people that are interested in it as well, and work my way back up to it. We have until the end of June before this comes out, so I like plenty of time there. I like Gears of War and I like these types of games here, but again, it is just finding the time for it here. Yeah, Barclay saying I played Outrider for around 50 hours and enjoyed it. Played the story in 30 hours with 2 friends in co-op. So it's not too bad there. It's nice and nice and meaty here. So it's going to be on Stadia Pro. It's great. I believe when it launched too, it launched right into Game Pass, right? When it came out initially.
Day 1.
Yeah. Wow. Yep. So this is good here. And like you said, I think this is good marketing because they've timed this knowing that the DLC is coming. So you've got those couple of months to play, make it to the end of the game, beat the game, have fun with your friends, and then purchase the DLC. And like you mentioned, Ninja, I think it's pretty meaty. It's going to be like the recent DLC that came out for Valhalla that was kind of like its own other game.
Oh, wow.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's going to be a lot of good content in it here. So that's great to see. So this is just more news coming out this week. And great to see some people, when they first said that they were talking about, oh, well, will it come to Stadia too? Well, of course, here we are. We can see there's the elusive logo that everyone looks for. It's right in the trailer. It's confirmed. It's coming out on the same date. So fantastic
John,
to hear.
Where's Luna? Sorry, I had to throw that little dig in. Sorry.
Well, I heard that they deprioritized Luna, and they're only going to give about 10% now. So
there you go.
Yeah, that's just a joke. We're just messing around. Okay, so here we are. So we also had a little bit of Star Wars news here, and before I go to the main article, I wanted to point it out. Clive saw this. He says, in Clive's voice, which I can't do here. He says, new Star Wars game emerging streaming services. So you can see here, so Skydance New Media was formed in 2019 with a goal of creating high fidelity, richly interactive experiences crafted for traditional gaming platforms as well as emerging streaming services. So we'll go right on to the article here, and what it's talking about is there's a new Star Wars game was announced. Amy Henning here. Shout out. Thank you so much, Barclay, for the €3 super chat. It's hard to tell on here. Or super sticker. There we go.
Go read it.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
So what? We should read what Barkley has written there, right?
Yeah. Pair character stretching his arms forward and raising his thumbs up. Remember, we got caught on this a couple of months ago. People were messing with us in the chat here. You can see Rebecca. She's a big Star Wars fan. She's happy about this here. So Amy Henning, who has worked previously on some pretty big games here, has opened up a studio in 2019. And there's a new Star Wars adventure game on the way from one of the gaming's most acclaimed creators. So they're teaming up, of course, with Lucasfilm Games to develop a surprise, narrative-driven action-adventure game featuring original story in the Star Wars galaxy. They're talking about Amy here. She's a game industry legend whose credits include Legacy of Kain, Jak and Daxter, and Uncharted.
Wow.
So
solid titles.
It definitely, like, if you remember, she was talking about a couple of years ago now about the incredible cost of AAA games and how it's, getting up to hundreds and millions of dollars and things like that, and how that's not really sustainable, in the upcoming future here. So they're talking about, I don't believe they don't really give like too much away really about the game. Though obviously they're going to be, it says here, we're working hard with the team and experience of talent developers, and we're looking forward to sharing more with Star Wars fans when the time is right. So again, the Skydance New Media, they were formed, now it's 3 years ago, 2019. It's so hard to keep track of time anymore. And as you can see there, so traditional gaming platforms as well as emerging streaming services. So nothing is mentioned, but speculate. Stadia is an emerging streaming service, so this would be a great fit for it here. So hopefully we'll hear something soon. But that was a little bit of news, and we wanted to pass that along. And great eye on Clive there, who was caught that and brought my attention to it.
When they say Skydance, it makes me think of that Kinect game where Solo was dancing there, like Just Dance. Like, maybe they're going to make something like that, right?
Yeah. So now this isn't to be confused with the Ubisoft Star Wars game that's coming out as well, right?
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of, and then there's another Star Wars game coming out from
it's
EA.
The people behind it's the people behind what's it called? Detroit Become Human. What are they called again?
Quantic Dream.
Quantic Dream. That's it.
Yeah. So there's several different. I can't keep track of it, but I'm sure Star Wars fans like Rebellica can. So next up is a little bit of news here, Ninja. I'll let you share this here and talk about it a little bit. Yeah.
So 9 to 5 is a free-to-play game on Google Stadia, and you don't even need a pro account to play it. You can just hop in, create an account, and get in. So what it is, it's a new update. It's a new style of play that ends on April 28th. So you have still a week to play it. So when you start the game, you actually can't play the original mode. So you have to jump into this mode, which is similar to a battle royale. So you can, when you die, you can jump into another game right after that, and so on and so forth. So when you jump in, you gotta collect money, you gotta open these crates, which give you better weapon, and you also have to search for keys, which unlocks packages. I think that this is like the main objective of the game. You have to find these keys, get the package. But the thing is that there's more objective. It's just that I never gotten further than that because I was playing against some pretty good players out there. Yeah, so the game, like it still has a few bugs, but what's nice is that the developer has messaged us and said that they're working on that for improvements, because sometimes when you shoot, you engage in a battle, the screen starts to lag for some reason, and it's very frustrating. But looks like they'll be fixing that sometime soon, so pretty exciting. And so yeah, if you didn't like the core game of 9 to 5, make sure to give that one a try, and it might be for you.
Nice, yeah. This because I know you played this along with Aswi, right?
Well, it's not a team thing. It's, you're all alone. I never met Aswi, unfortunately, but we were playing at the same time, and I thought it was a team thing also, so that's why I asked Aswi to play with me, right? But yeah, it is not. It's not a squad. You play on your own. It's all versus all.
Oh wow, okay. Huh. That's interesting. And so these are obviously new maps, right? Like this is a new map compared to what the other two that were there.
Yeah, it's Clinic. Yeah. It's planned to be coming out with the regular mode at some point, I think in May, in the next update. It was supposed to come out in March, at the end of March, but it got delayed. So it's kind of nice for them to give us a small sneak peek of the map, and it's very enjoyable. These guys, like 9 to 5 guys, their forte is the map building. Like it's so good. Like the placement of where you can fight and stuff like that. It's amazing. I think that's their strong suit for 9 to 5. It's their map creation. It's crazy.
I still wish they bring a team deathmatch or domination mode.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That's my forte. More the
I agree. Same here.
Quick into battles again instead of dying once and you're dead. I'm not good at those games.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still early access, right? So you never know here. The game's evolving. It just came on Stadia in December, so it's already, since there in the 4 to 5 months that it's been on Stadia here, evolved and improved. And like you said, there's still room for improvement, and it's good because the developers see that, and that's why they make it free to play, right? As long as you just have the Stadia account there, you can play and have fun and submit your feedback and whatnot. So this is good to see. Yeah, awesome.
If you enjoy the game, make sure to support them by buying some of the skins or things like that in the shop, because they definitely need it, right? They've been at it for a while. I don't know how their funding is going, but definitely support them if you can.
Yeah, awesome, cool. Alrighty, and so we're gonna move on here from space. So there was a tweet out here that says, "Heads up, we'll soon discontinue and remove the From Space demo from Steam and Stadia. The demo has served its purpose and is no longer representative of the game in terms of gameplay and visuals. More news coming soon. Thanks for playing." Well, this tweet sparked some interest. People responded back and forth. Oh, is it still coming to Stadia? Has it been canceled? Those were some of the things, and others were great. We can't wait to see it. Well, sure enough, here at Stadium Connect North, we're always on the ball. We've been working on this one for a while now, for at least a couple of months, and I think it ended up being a perfect timing here because we're going to be interviewing Triangle Studios, the makers of From Space. It's going to be on Monday at 2:00 Eastern. We tried to get the 12 o'clock noon Eastern time slot, but it didn't work because the developers are in Germany, I think, and it's a 6-hour time difference. So it just didn't quite work out. And unfortunately, Ninja wasn't able to make this particular interview in person, and we tried, trust me, for the last week and a half or so, we tried to make everything work because we want to be together and be able to do this since, we're a team. But Ninja said, you know what, John, I really want to see this interview and just go ahead and see if we can invite some others to come on. So we're going to have Rock is going to be on, interviewing Ray and Stadia Pro Gaming.
The whole crew. Wow. You got them all. I can't believe you did that. That's awesome. So
they're going to be on the show here Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk with Triangle Studios. Who knows? Maybe we'll find out, exactly what's been changed, what's been updated. He says that it no longer represents the game in terms of gameplay and visuals. So one can only mean, obviously, the visuals are going to be improved, right? They're not going to degrade the visuals. So it's going to look even better. And the gameplay is going to be fun. I know, Ninja, you and I played the demo. We streamed it. Again, this is another type of game that I really like too. It's really fun. That similar, right? Kind of twin stick shooter type deal. I really enjoyed. It came from space. The predecessor to this, it came from space and ate our brains. My only qualm with that is it didn't have online play, and From Space does. Mm-hmm. So this is going to be great. I can't wait to learn to see what's been changed, what's new, and really excited for that.
So the people from Stadia asked if we were going to see another demo for the game, and he mentioned that he'll most likely look into the trials. He didn't say trials, but he said like this new demo thing that Stadia is doing, and he said it's worth for him more to do that than actually work on another demo, right? Like he would lose some resources. So it makes sense. So maybe we'll be seeing a trial of this game when it comes out.
Yeah. And that's going to be one of the questions I'll definitely ask is there an anticipated time frame? Because on the website, I believe it still says Q1 2022 for the release time. So we know this developer too has also tweeted out. This was a little while back, using channels, playing builds of the game at home. So these are definitely questions that we're going to ask on Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern. So make sure to tune in for that. And as always, we'll be taking questions from the chat. So if you got questions, this will be your time to ask them. From Spaces. Again, like I said, it was one of the games that I'm most looking forward to this year. So we'll get an update on it.
Just sad the achievements have gone. It's actually been taken off Stadia as well, so that's one less completion for me.
Really? I didn't know that.
So they don't show in your profile at all anymore?
No, checked. Yeah, no, it's not there at all now. Sad.
Yeah, I wish they would have stayed there. Oh man,
that was my first and only game. I think I've got 100. No, I might have another 100%.
No, you
got
my
first Stadia
also.
Game. Yeah, that I got.
Peppa Pig.
Yeah, Peppa Pig. This was the first though. My first. I'll never forget you. So that's fine. Yeah. Never forget.
Na 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 na. Hey.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Okay. Alrighty. So here we go. This was just revealed today here. Let's make the volume down here. There's a brand new map out for Rainbow Six Siege. It's called Emerald Plains, and this looks quite interesting. It's part of the Season 7 Year 1 update. So this looks pretty neat here. I know on Captures of Stadia, we've had a couple of Rainbow Six Siege clips there oops, I almost let one slip that is an upcoming episode because we record the audio for them on Thursday night, but they don't get released until Friday. So I almost let the cat out of the bag. Good thing I caught myself. Not like the very first thing was at Dandroid UK in the clips of Stadia. He got the hole-in-one with Golf and Your Friends, and we start commenting on it, and the first thing is I'm here. Well, he's gonna get a hole-in-one, and you're like, well, John, spoiler. John already spoiled it here. So, anyways, this is a new map here for Rainbow Six Siege that I believe it's available now.
Nice.
I don't know if there's any new gameplay modes tied to it at all, but yeah, it's out there. So Rainbow Six Siege fans experience the rolling hills of Northern Ireland. So I guess that'll be a little bit north from you, right, Fletch?
Yeah. Thinking about it on the map, it is like directly above here because I'm like,
oh really? Okay.
The southwest of England, so it's like,
oh man,
the corner.
So in this brand new country club and private ranch, it's all yours to explore in Rainbow Six Siege. So there we go, amazing. Rainbow Six fans. Yeah, I'm sure a real certified doctor will be happy about that. Yeah. I remember when one time streaming and playing along with him, someone in the chat was like, are you a real doctor? He's like, yep, and certified too, right?
Yeah, I think that was Lewis.
I think it was Lewis.
Dre seems pretty excited about it. I know he's a big fan of the the Rainbow Six Siege, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome to see here. Good old Louis. Okay, cool. So there was the plus here. So another bit of news that we have here is Sony's finally given in, and we're going to see full crossplay is coming to Borderlands 3 this spring. Yep, that means that wherever you have the game on, you can play against your friends. So PlayStation's now included in that. So that should bring a few more fans to be able to play with friends to play with there on Borderlands 3. So I don't know, are either of you, are you Borderlands fans or play the game or have played it or?
I'm a huge Borderlands fan. I'm still like needing to get Tiny Tina, but I'll wait for that. I didn't really like Randy Pitchford's take on Stadia.
That was kind of.
To be fair, I don't really like Randy Pitchford, but
he seems strange.
It's annoying for me because Gearbox are working on a new Brothers in Arms, and that's my favorite game of all time, and that makes me sad. But for me, Borderlands 3, I played it back on Xbox when it first came out. Beat the campaign, but I know they've had so much content added, so I just haven't. I know I've got the Ultimate Edition when it had that stupidly crazy Stadia sale. And I got it for the £10 off, so I think I paid £1 for it.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
But I just haven't had the time to get into it because it's 100+ hours of content. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I played a little bit. It's kind of the same situation as Outriders. So I played like the introduction. I played a few missions afterwards, but I never got into it. But I've got a friend who really wants to play with me, like one of my best friends. Actually, I did some stream with him a few times, playing some Human Fall Flat on Mondays. And he really wants me to play Borderlands with him and he has it on PlayStation 4, right? So it's perfect. I didn't even tell him yet, but he's going to be pretty excited about it. So can't wait to give it a try and play it with him.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, my son's a really big fan of Borderlands. Again, got it on PlayStation. He beat it and played the heck out of it. And nice. So now with this crossplay, maybe I can play along with my son here and just have some father-son stuff, but he's probably a little too old now. He's 18, so he doesn't want to be seen or heard or play with dad because it's not cool anymore.
Make a fake account, right? Like an undercover teenager.
Yeah, exactly.
XXX trick shots.
Super cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so that's it for this week's news here. We trimmed it down, some of the other little fluff here or there, but that's the majority of the news here, a good hour and 20 minutes of it. But so here we go. So we're going to move along here now.
Yep. So next up is we would like to talk a little bit more about Outbreak. We've talked about it a lot, like in the last 2 episodes, but we would like just to show you guys a video that I've made. So this video gives like just an overall explanation of what's the current status with the Outbreak series. So Outbreak is a actually I'm going to let the video talk to itself, but it's just a game that can potentially be coming to Stadia, but it's not in the bag yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the video on here, put the lo-fi music off, and yeah, guys, so have a listen to the current situation of what's happening with Outbreak coming to Stadia. Oops. Hey guys, NinjaGuy X here, and you know, I'm a simple man. Sometimes I like to play action games, sometimes I like to play RPGs, and sometimes I like to play horror early Resident Evil trilogy throwback games that are made by one single developer. And what could be better games than the Outbreak series to scratch that itch? The main reason why today I'm talking about this series is that it could potentially be coming to Stadia. But before we dive into it, we need to look more into the games and explain a few things, such as, what is the Outbreak series? Why do some people either like them or hate them so much? Why is the game potentially coming to Stadia? And what can we do to make it happen? I'm sure that you guys are curious to look into these subjects, so let's jump right into it.
Outbreak.
So Outbreak is currently a series of 7 games that started back in 2017. They are made by Dead Studios, which is actually only a single developer called Urichizu. As you can see in the videos, they are borrowing elements of the old Resident Evil games. The amount of time that the game takes to complete depends on what type of player you are. If you're just looking to breeze through the game on the easiest difficulty, they will most likely take you around 2 hours each to finish. But if you're looking to get the most out of the games, they can take 10 hours or even more depending on which one you play. Every game is an improvement of the other due to the dev increasing his budget and self-improvement. The reason people like them so much is out of pure nostalgia. The elements of puzzle, survival, and even the controls are the perfect formula for matching the 90s feel of what the old horror genre was at the time. The stories are very gripping and I'm personally pretty hooked at playing them. I'm almost 4 hours in Contagious Memories, which is the last game, and can't wait to get back into it. It's also very fun to play with a friend since 5 of the games has a local co-op. The puzzles are what makes the game progress, and it's never too hard to a point of pulling your hair out or anything. But you might need a notepad near you to remember a few things. Now, you must be wondering, why the heck is NinjaGuy X praising these games? They sit on an average of 65% on Steam, and all I'm hearing on YouTube is negativity towards the games. Well, let me explain to you why, and it's very simple. This game is tailored to a very niche audience. Going blind into them, you'll definitely be raising an eyebrow. It's very important to understand what the games are before jumping in. Most of the criticism that I see online are things such as, "Oh, there's not enough ammo," or "Why does headshot takes more than one bullet?" But they're actually mechanics made like that on purpose. Changing the game to make it look like a modern zombie shooter would just make it lose the intention of what the game is in the first place. For example, imagine someone who only plays racing game and then he's assigned to review a Dark Souls game. We know already that this is not going to end well. It's the same situation here. If you don't like the old 90s Resident Evil formula, then there's absolutely not a single reason for you to purchase these games. For sure the series is not perfect, but you need to keep in mind that this is only made by one single person and you can purchase most of these games for less than $15. Heck, I'm looking at the store right now and I can purchase the Nightmare Chronicles for $2.84 Canadian. Like I said, the games are not perfect. I've encountered some object clipping bugs in Lost Hope for example, but it's not a mess like people seem to think it is. The dev do support the game after the release since I've looked at a review of Contagious Memories and most of the issues that they talked about was addressed while I gave it a try. Okay, so the purpose of this video is actually to talk about this game potentially coming to Stadia, but given the nature of the game, I felt like it needed some explanation to get a little bit of a background. So let me tell you what happened. It all started with our good Stadia friend Cody Maloney, who learned that the Outbreak series was done on Unity, which is a perfect candidate for porting them to Stadia. So Cody DM'd the Dead Studios account asking if there's a chance of seeing the series on Stadia. The dev responded that he wouldn't be opposed to the idea. This is when the dev started to work on looking if it would be worth putting the games on the platform. He actually monitored a few things. The first was to look if the community was willing to support the port happening. And he noticed that the sales on other platforms significantly jumped after publicly posting his interest. His second observation was to make a poll and see if the community would be willing to help crowdfund the port. And you guessed it, a significant amount of people voted that they would via Indiegogo. And the last observation so far was to see if we were interested in seeing these games go on Stadia Pro. Now I'm just repeating myself, but the results were again very positive. So as you can see with these results, Dead Studios is definitely considering the port of the Outbreak series on Google Stadia, but it's not in the bag yet. Porting costs money, and with him only being a single developer, he has to be really careful with his revenue since losing money can potentially break his career. So his plan at the moment is to bring as much attention to Stadia as possible so they can make it happen. As a side note, you should see his Twitter account at the moment. It's overflowed with tweets related to Stadia. He's really working hard at trying to make it happen. And now what can we do to help out to make this happen? Well, Urichizu clearly said that the best thing that we can do at the moment is to keep it trending. Try to tweet it as much as you can, to retweet and comment on his tweets that he's currently posting. Use hashtags such as #BringItToStadia or #Stadia100. Everything you can do to put some attention, like talking about it on Stadia Discord and Facebook. This is what he believes that will bring the attention for Google to make it happen, and this makes sense to me. You can also support this on the side by purchasing the games on other platforms, but make sure to mention that you've purchased the games and hope that he can port them to Stadia. Even though buying games on another platform doesn't seem like the solution, putting money in the pocket of a developer can definitely influence their decision. I personally bought the whole series on PC to support this and have been enjoying them quite a lot. So guys, this is the current story of Dead Studios potentially porting their games on Stadia. Hopefully this was a good summary that explains the current state of what's happening. Do you think that there's a good chance that we get these games ported on the platform? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the type of content, and subscribe as it greatly helps me for things in the background. Thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next video. So that was a summary of what's happening with Outbreak at the moment. So like I mentioned, I have all 7 games on PC. I have 5 of the games on PS4, and I have 2 of the game on Switch. So I've been supporting them a lot. No, but yeah, the best thing you can do right now, it's only like a 50% chance of them porting it. It's still not in the bag, but the best thing you can do is tweet it on Twitter, mentioning that you'd like to buy the game, or hashtag bring Outbreak to Stadia, or use these type of hashtags to bring some attention, because Google is actually watching these type of things, right? And his ultimate goal is to bring it on Stadia Pro, and this is what Stadia wants to do, is put the best game on there, right? So that you got to bring the attention to make sure that it works out.
Yeah, definitely. Because I know, like, some people were saying, "Oh, well, why are you doing all this work for him? It should be the developer that does this." Well, just
you've been on Reddit.
Yeah, you have to remember too, it's a 1-person team, right? So it's not even like where Sky Climbers has 10 people. Like, this is 1 person, right? And he'll contract out a few things that he'll need to be done that, if he can't do it. We talked to him, and I know you're going to talk about this in a little bit here, in an interview as well. That was really eye-opening for a lot of people, because we know that there was hesitation. Some people didn't like the fact that he said, well, buy it on other platforms to help support. But I won't go too much into that. We'll wait till we get to that section.
Lots to talk about. Yeah, for sure. So that's the summary of it. Very exciting. Hopefully we'll get these games coming out. So next up, let's go ahead and jump into the community news, guys. And what's this? Who is this beautiful man on
that handsome?
Yeah. Oh, wow. So guys, Maurice mentioned that after NinjaGuy X would get 320 subscribers on his account, he would let Maurice start practicing his Just Dance 2021 move. And look at that. So NinjaGuy X looks like he reached over 320 subscribers. He's now at 327. It got a little bit faster than I thought. Oh my gosh, you guys are really supportive, and I really appreciate that for sure. So yeah, starting maybe this weekend or Monday, I'll start doing some Just Dance. Perhaps he'll make an appearance on the next Stadium Connect North show. We'll see. John will be talking with his manager and see, if he can make it happen. Right? He's getting pretty expensive there. He's a popular man.
I have a feeling though that this is kind of like a Superman Clark Kent type of syndrome. I don't know why. Like I feel that way, but all I know is Maurice is so popular that Maurice has actually invaded the Four Scars game Discord. Maurice has taken over. Maurice is now the official bot of the Discord. So for those that may have been wondering, it's Maurice LeBeau. That's Maurice's full name. Very beautiful.
Yes.
And Maurice is always on there chatting, informing people of the latest news, video clips, and everything. So can never get too much of Maurice. And from what I see, he's playing Stadia all day, every day, all the time. That's what his status shows on Discord. So
exactly.
I'm so sorry.
What's that? Why are you? I'm seeing pleasure. Like, yeah.
I keep looking up, but it's just the fingers on the lips.
Yeah. Oh, wait, can I put that? I can't put it bigger, but I can put it on pause there.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. That's just for you.
Oh my gosh. I love Maurice's like headband there. His like sweatband there and his nice curly hair. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, scrumptious. I know, right? I know. Oh man, too bad. I mean, the ladies are are very excited. They got to keep their panties, in their pockets because you got to be careful.
Oh my gosh!
So, what do we have next here? I know. Now we're gonna lose viewers because this was the most interesting piece of the community, right?
I know, right? Everyone's waiting for Maurice.
Oh man. So, at noon, I'm like trying to think what we have here.
So this was the captures of Stadia, yeah.
Okay. So I'm actually going to skip that because we did talk about captures of Stadia at the beginning of the show. So keep a lookout this Tuesday. We got episode 4 lined up. We already made it, and then we're gonna publish it on Tuesday. So keep a lookout for that, and make sure to vote on episode 3 on John Scar's channel. And next up is Mr. Fletch. Woo-hoo! So congratulations, Fletch. He's reached out 500 subscribers, and that was pretty fast, man. Like I remember when he was like below 100 subscribers like last year. So Fletch is getting some pretty awesome views on his channel, some very good videos, and rising pretty fast. He's a hidden gem, an upcoming star. So congratulations, Fletch, on that.
Thank
achieving
you.
that.
Yeah, I was quite surprised.
Do you have any tips to people who wants to become content creators?
I to be fair, I have a lot, but I watch a lot of different content creators. Like I'll give them the shout out, like vidIQ and stuff like that. The people who help motivate, but it was more just spending time into editing and learning a lot, and I feel like I've put in a lot of no sleep just learning on how to do things, and still lots of learning. But yeah, I don't know how I really got there that fast. It kind of just went like sort of end of January was when I started, and then sort of I think it was like just the beginning of March it just went like that, and sort of gone up from there. And I thank you all for the support and everything, and it's still going up now as well, which is phenomenal. And
I'm happy for you because I know that at the beginning you were struggling at getting viewers. You were getting a few, then you were losing a few, and now it looks like you're in that groove, right? Like it looks like you're getting that boost that you always wanted. But that's a good tip. I mean, the more time you spend on working on your content and stuff like that, the more you're going to deserve all of these subscribers, right? So it's very well earned for the amount of time you've put in there.
Yeah, it's like a full-time job, but not paid for. So it's you got to put a lot of work. Yeah, you have to enjoy it. Like I do. I pretty much come home from right, go work at 8 in the morning, don't get back until 6:30, put the kids' dinner on, get them into bed, and then it's straight into content creation until bed. So I don't really get as much time to do anything. But it's just that constant cycle. But I love doing it, and I love giving content to all of you guys, and just trying to cover all cloud platforms, so it gives people on other platforms like Xbox to show Stadia off to them as well. And I get it sometimes where people have said to me, "Oh, I've tried it now. It works really well." So it's I want to cover everything.
It's all about convincing people. And even in the chat at the beginning, someone mentioned that they only started noticing Stadia recently because of our giveaways, which is kind of cool. Like it's cool that us as the community, we can help out people understand what Stadia is. So hats off to all the content creators for doing that.
Yeah, completely. There's so many great creators, you guys, everyone else in the Stadia community. There's so many people, even people not in the Stadia community, like Luna community, and sort of people in the Xbox community as well. There's so many good creators out there, and everyone's willing to help each other. So if you ever need any advice or any help, just send me a message. Always willing to help.
Same to me and John. Let us know, and we can help out for sure.
Definitely.
Right. Next up, we got. Okay, so this is actually pretty, heartwarming, I guess. So, and I needed to retweet that. So, we were talking. This person, Dominic, is not really into Stadia, but he sent this message here. He says, also, for those interested, I don't really use Stadia anymore, and I was on Stadia Source. If people want to use it as their primary gaming platform, more power to them. Do what you want and what makes you happy. I won't mock anyone for their platform choices. And when I saw that, like I was like, wow, this is such a strong message. It's very cool to see, someone who's not like a fanboy, who's not like who doesn't want like a console to fail or things like that. So seeing that from Dominic, I'm not too familiar with Dominic. I've seen his face a few times in the community, but hats off to him. It was a very good public message to send across the Stadia community.
His message made me think of the Phil Spencer quote I go by quite a lot of, when everybody plays, we all win. And it doesn't matter the platform.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
At the end of the day, as long as you're having fun, what matters? Nothing at all.
Exactly. And John, I think John agrees there. He got this Morgan Freeman clapping. Yes, so that's very nice. So Stadia fans, do the same. Don't try to mock other platforms. It's just not. Mugen, congratulations on the 100 subscribers. Maybe we'll let Jack know so he can put it in his Stadia Sunday stats, because he do like to highlight these types of things. So we'll see if we can make this happen. But all the community of Stadia, try to do the same. Try not to mock other platforms. Just try to enjoy whatever you like and keep it at that if possible. Next up is kind of like, this is speculation, so this is why we've put it in this section. And so Through the Darkest of Time got a rating for Peggy for Stadia, so very highly chances that this game will be coming to Stadia, so keep a lookout for that. Do you guys know anything about this game? I've looked at a little bit of pictures and stuff, and I don't think it's the game for me, so I didn't invested a lot of time into looking into it. But what about you guys?
Well, I know, like, when I tweeted this out as well, Handy Games, they responded. They were like, "Well, we told you we loved Stadians." So I'm pretty sure, like, this is a in the bag type deal. I'm going to speculate that this is going to be a Stadia Pro game.
Oh,
and and it seems like it's kind of like it's. I looked at a trailer because it's out on other platforms as well. It's is that it there? Yeah, you could take a look here. It's kind of like I would say like Chicken Police-esque ish.
Oh, interesting.
Right, where it's that detective type deal, and you're going around. I mean, I really do think that this will come out on Pro because it would be like a perfect Pro game.
Yeah.
But the story on it here is a little back with what World War II here, and it's yeah, I think it'd be interesting. I mean, it's not high on my list here, but I'll definitely
yeah.
give it a try here for sure.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. And if it doesn't come on Pro in the early stage, maybe later on, right? So we'll see how it happens. So did I see? So Handy Game is getting pretty much in the market there for Stadia. It's nice that they're getting some of their games on the platform. So we'll probably be seeing even more as the time goes. So
Scarf.
that's very nice.
Yes, hopefully Scarf.
Oh, I love that.
I'll play that again too. It's well worth the money and the time.
Exactly. So yes. So this week, episode 30 for Stadium Connect North was an interview for with the Outbreak developer. So you know what? I'm gonna let John talk a little bit about this, if you don't mind.
Yeah, certainly. So we sat down here, which originally we planned for a 30-minute interview, but it went for an hour, almost 2 hours, I believe. And we talked with Evan here. Just a great conversation overall. Very honest, upfront, truthful. Gave us reasons, as you touched upon a little bit earlier, Ninja, about some of the reasons why, like, why did he put out there to say buy games on other platforms to help support it? Why did he have a poll out there? Like, would you help crowdfund it, or would you like it on Stadia Pro? And he revealed, like, basically without saying it, these are different pieces of data and information to see how viable it would be, and that also that he has as proof with his case to supply to Google to bring the games on the platform. He mentioned there that I think the first day after this game exploded with the Stadia community, sales of the Outbreak series rose 1,000%. So it's not 100%. That's 1,000%. And ever since then, now it's been 10 days, right? So it's 10 days since all of this started. It's just been a whirlwind of awesomeness. Evan admitted that he didn't even know what Stadia was before this. And now the community has been so supportive and just reaching out and showing their support and giving him ideas and suggestions. And it's just awesome. He even has a merchandise shop for this as well. And I believe I saw on the Discord that he's going to start to make some Stadia related merchandise for this game. That helps support the developer too, right? So I know, like, with Sky Climbers, people like myself had bought the plushies and donated some for the different funding and whatnot. Yeah, here you can see in the video, there's some of the different merchandise they have: shirts, bags, pins, buttons, you name it. Cool. Yeah, it's awesome. So Evan is like, it was so cool because to hear some of the things that he was saying that we've been saying for the past couple of years, things like, Google is listening, right? Even though you don't get a direct response, and we've said this time and time again, they've got metrics, they've got different things that they collect the data, they analyze it, they know what's going on, they know the interest and the problems and all this other stuff. And it's just really great to hear Evan, mention that as well. Like, we hadn't talked that much about anything really to Evan before the interview, and just hearing him say this was amazing. His enthusiasm for Stadia and the fans it is just great. Like, this was such an awesome interview. Many times I just sent like chills down my spine with some of the responses we were getting from the chat. Like, there was a particular person in there that said, you know what, near the end of the chat, he's like, you know what, I've changed my mind. Getting to know Evan here over the last hour to 2 hours and hearing the story behind it, it's something you can't get on Twitter. And he goes, I'm going to support the game. Yeah. So that cool. Was really awesome. There it is right there, Sean. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, I thought that's why you mentioned it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I didn't even see it. I think Sean might even be in the chat here today. So that's awesome. And Evan saw that and was like, that is so great. Yeah, there he is. See?
Yeah.
So it was great. It was just all around fantastic. You, myself, MM2K, we all had such a great time in
Yes.
chatting with Evan. And I know like many of us are on the Discord chat with him every day and things like that. And it's just great to see his enthusiasm. Yeah. And like we said, it's a one-person studio. So to get things like this done, he's even mentioned this too in the interview. He said things that usually take several months or up to a year have gotten done because of the Stadia community in 100 hours.
Yeah.
Right. So in just a couple of days, progress has been made. Obviously he can't comment on right now the status of where things are, but you put two and two together and you'll see that, keeping this in the conversation, showing Google that there's an interest from the community for the game is ultimately going to be what brings the latest entry. So is what he was talking about, to hopefully Stadia Pro. So it's just, keep up your enthusiasm. We've heard this time and time and time again from all the different developers about how welcoming and how vocal the Stadia community is. And this is just another example of it, of just the power of sharing your positivity on social media. And I know that this is, and you mentioned this in your video as well, Ninja, that the game isn't for everybody. I totally get that, right?
Yeah.
It's not, and even Evan says that, it's not some high budget AAA title. He's got a certain amount of budget. The games have massively evolved over the years. He's a big Resident Evil fan. He even went through and was talking about in the interview, okay, well, this game is a spiritual successor to Resident Evil 2 and 3, or he was giving all these comparisons on what he got his inspiration from. He told us about the latest game, Contagious Memories. Yep. And about how there's 3 different camera views in the game. They all offer 3 different types of gameplay. There's the first person, there's the fixed camera, and then there's the third person. All offer different advantages on the gameplay. And, you may have to switch to different views in order to be able to advance and whatnot throughout the game. It was just great to see all the insight here and all the positiveness. And he's, went down here and made the graphic. You showed it in your video as well about, here's the timeline, here's the plan. You've broken out, been very transparent on everything. And it's just great to see. I truly can't wait to see this game come to Stadia, whether it be just regular without Pro or Pro, either way. I'm definitely will be there day one to help support him. And this is going to, I believe, if everything goes through and we get the game and everything, this can open doors for other developers, because this could be a template or an eye-opener for other developers to see that, oh, wow, that this is possible. So again, even if you don't like this particular type of game, it's important to get a variety of different games onto Stadia. Might not be for you, but for others, they'll enjoy. That just opens up the doors. From this, we could see other developers or other types of games come over to Stadia, because, hey, we saw Evan. Evan's a one-person studio here, and with the support of the community, they did it. So, and we're already starting to see this other stuff. I know Clive has mentioned another game. Like, there's always these different games that we see. Mr. 1030 actually was the one who originally found it. I forget the name of the game offhand, but reach out to developers, let them know that there's an interest in it, and it doesn't hurt, right? Just it can, you never know what it can lead to. And fingers crossed here for Evan and Dead Drop Studios, that love to see this come to fruition.
Exactly. I just put the music back on and noticed that we didn't have the music. So, but yeah, Megan in the chat says this community is absolutely hardest to ignore. Y'all are freaking too nice, and y'all are so inclusive. The positivity you all breed is contagious in the best way. So yeah, this is very true. It does help that we're like that, but yeah, the interview with Evan was incredible for sure, considering that he only knew a little bit of the game. Like I do feel also that we're gonna get it. Like I don't know.
I think
he's spending too much time into searching into it. Like he has to be doing something about it for sure.
Yeah. I think there's obviously he can't comment behind the scenes there, and he also mentioned too, yes, Stadia does support Unity, but there is more work than just a click of a button. Yes, it does make it simpler, but there's still work to be done to be able to bring this over. So hopefully, Evan said, if he's got any news, he'd be willing to come back on and talk with us. So hopefully in a couple of months, we'll be talking with Evan again, and we'll be talking about development that started and bringing Outbreak over to Stadia.
Yeah, and speaking of bringing Evan again, here we've got error page. Woo! Wait,
that cowboy.
Oh, cowboy! You remove your tweet, you son of a gun. So
yeah, look at he's making us look bad here on our own show.
Let me guess his interview here. But,
he's in the chat pimping all his content, and we go to show it here, and he's deleted the tweet.
So Cowboy also did an interview with Evan from the Outbreak series, and I've got it right here. Oh my gosh, he does so many videos. Cowboy, come on. You got too much fluff in your on your channel. There you go.
You've got to get past those violin and Avon videos.
Yeah, Avon. Too much Avon content on his.
How to put your makeup on.
Yeah. As you can see, I've started watching it. I've been so busy today. I wasn't able to watch the whole thing yet. But there he is interviewing the one and only Evan. So again, guys, if you enjoyed our interview, make sure to watch also the Cowboys interview, which is most. I really want to watch it. Like I hope I have time to watch it tonight, and I bet it's very interesting because I'm very into these games. So looking forward to see. Yeah,
I got a question here for the Cowboy. He's in the chat. Is he in the back of his car and someone's driving him around while he's interviewing Evan here? Maybe Cowboy's in his limo and he's getting driven.
He should be leaning like that, right? He should be like, so this game is yeah.
No, but anyways, check out Anthony's interview here as well, because there's always bits of information that you can learn and help support as well. Give him the good big old thumbs up here. It's just great.
It's most likely the next time I'm gonna watch as soon as I'm done with the show, because it's definitely on my number one watch list. I'm looking forward to see if there's any new information or anything that we can learn from it. So definitely we'll give it a try. So next up we got Jack the Slit, the one and only. He says, let's support the awesome indie games on Stadia together. Name an indie game you'd like to pick up and play on Stadia and explain why by replying below. So he'll fund the purchase, and he's picking 10 winners. So this is a giveaway for you guys. If there's any indie games that you're interested in having and you don't have yet, make sure to give this a try. John, is it in the description below?
Yeah. There's a link to the tweet in the description. Now, as a reminder here, Jack says there that he's going to choose the 10 winners tomorrow, midday on Saturday, based upon the responses. So get your answers in here. You never know. You can see Fletch has got in here Windbound. Talking about Windbound. There's a lot of great ideas here. And people commenting on, that's a great game and things like that. So definitely, this is, Jack, as we interviewed Jack. He was on our very first episode, I believe. We interviewed Jack, talked with him. A phenomenal individual in person and great member of the Stadia community. And he's got another, just showing another way to support Stadia and the developers and indie games here. So great to see.
Jack is a writer and a co-owner, I think, of PNTS Network. And PNTS Network is currently looking for Stadia writers. So if you ever feel like writing articles on about Stadia, feel free to hit Jack or MM2K on Twitter, and they'll help you out. They got some good incentive for the job. So feel free to message them to get some information on that, because if you like to write, make sure to give it a try. So next up is content creator resource for Stadia community. So this is something that MM2K does every week. I think he skips some weeks once in a while, but not too often. But this is very useful, guys. If you're on Reddit, make sure to follow MM2K. And he kind of like summarized everything that happens in a week in terms of content creating and things like that. So, for example, let me go through it a little bit here. So we got the weekly update from Stadia, the save points. This is from PNTS, I think. Oh no, actually, it's from the blog, from a Google blog. And then he announced that there's the new click to play trials. And then he goes and put like some of the most known content creators, not just the known one. If you're interested in being in that list, make sure to message MM2K, and he'll most likely put you in if you're a Stadia exclusive content creator. So here we have got Nerdness with Stadia Cast. We got Stadium Connect Nord, Clive with his Stadia Monday show, Helix Cloud Gaming, which is all about Stadia, Stadia Dosage, which is MM2K's show. We've got Rock with Stadia Rock Show, which is in the afternoon for us. Cowboy King of Content, Lo-Fi Monk with Cloudy Tots, which is fairly new. Purple A's with Shades of Purple, which is kind of fairly new too. I think Lo-Fi Monk and Purple A's have like some kind of a co-guest thing going on, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Then video commentaries with popular people such as Sunny Cloud Gaming, Virtual Cloud, Nerf Report, Stadia Dosage, and the sensational PSX Cloud here, which has made it in the video commentary section of M2K, which is kind of nice.
I'm there.
Yeah. Awesome. Miscellaneous commentary. We got captures of Stadia. Wow, he's really up to date. I didn't know that he put captures of Stadia on there.
This takes a lot of work to be able to keep track of all this stuff. So really wanted to highlight and give a shout out to MM2K for doing this, because this is, like you said, it's a great resource. You can even find new people that you didn't even know existed before in the community.
Exactly. And then so I know that Squids have a show on Stadia Dosage, which is kind of interesting. He just sits there and talk about Stadia things, and then he jumps onto his channel and does some streaming. So kind of it's very unique. It's like kind of a very chill show where you just sit down, listen to him talking. He interacts with the people. It's very cool. Then we got their weekly game streams with a few content creators here. Mugen Live made it to the list, which is nice. You've got my Hitman Season 1 speed run. You should probably not watch that. Malaysia with his crazy goal on doing all achievements on every single game on Stadia in alphabetical order. And Force Cars Gaming with his Golf with Friend stream, which was pretty nice. And then some indexes with some other statistic and achievement sources. There's some good sources there for sure with the statistic, with Original Penguins database, especially Stadia Hunters with the achievements, the Pro Game Monitor with in lead. It's a really good source. So other than that, I'm just gonna go through it quickly. But we got the podcast, community talk with some good people here, Stadia streamers. I wonder if he got them all. I got a pretty big list. I like making lists, right? And I've got a pretty big list, and maybe I should give it to him to expand it for him. We'll see if I can do that. But also, just in case you only want to see Stadia exclusive content, he does index all of them. And that's pretty neat. So have a look. Keep a lookout every week, and you can get your weekly dose of Stadia content, as MM2K would say. Next up is Dark Side Detective, and when we got when we got the new case, we didn't get the achievements for some reason. But fair enough, the Stadia crowd has raising the concern, and they've noticed that, and they did fix it. So now we do have the extra 2 achievements for Dark Side Detectives, which is nice. And speaking of achievements, we also have. Oh wait, no, wait. Okay, that's the wrong tweet.
Yeah.
But we also got an extra achievement for Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is like getting like gold medals for certain missions. And the thing is, you might be wondering, oh man, is the old achievement not working anymore? Is it locked again for people who did it? But no, actually, you still keep that achievement, and then you got to do that other achievement that got other gold medals that you have to get for getting this achievement. And I've heard that it's pretty hard. So let me just
more hours in a game.
Yeah, more hours, right?
Hundreds of hours.
Yeah. So there it is. And let's have a look at what it is actually. Just
for achievement hunters, this game hoards your dreams.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I don't know.
It's right at the bottom.
What?
It'll be right at the bottom.
Right at the bottom. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Take a look. Oh, man, so
there you go.
Earn all gold medals available in Mastery Challenge. Wow, and nobody has got it yet on Stadia Hunter. So good luck to everyone who's racing to get that first achievement in there. We'll see how it goes. So guys, this was it. That was the wrong thing. This was it for the community news, and I think that wraps it up for today, right, John? Maybe we can end the poll and see what we got. But
we'll end the poll, and then we'll announce. Let me go ahead. And
all right.
I'm going to share this here, and we'll talk about this in a moment here. So, for some reason, I can't end it. Can you end it over there?
Oh, yeah, I'll end it for you.
Okay, yeah.
So we asked the community, what is your most anticipated upcoming game? Was it Hot Wheels Unleashed, Deathrun TV, Five Nights at Freddy's, Security Breach, or House of the Dead? So let's end the poll. Drum roll. And the most anticipated game in the 4 is Hot Wheels Unleashed with a total of 45 votes, and it came up to 42%.
Wow.
So I think that
it's
coming tomorrow now because
exactly.
That's not true.
And honorable mention to Lumo with Rebellica with one vote there. Like you said, we couldn't add it in there, but definitely as we are all excited for Lumo here, and looking forward to that. So let's see here. So before we go on over to announce our winner of our contest here, just kind of curious. So Ninja, out of these 4 games that are listed here, what is your most anticipated upcoming game?
Oh yeah, I guess I didn't mention that. It was like, it's a really big tie between Deathrun TV and House of the Dead, because I'm a big fan of arcade games, right? And these 2 seems super solid. And if they would come out at the same time, I don't know which one I would pick. But I ultimately picked Deathrun TV because I played it recently, and I'm very hype about it, and can't wait to play it. So that's the one. What about you, John?
For me, again, it was between the same 2. Like I like all of them. If I'm going to put it here, it's a 2-way tie for House of the Dead and Deathrun TV.
Yeah, definitely.
Then Hot Wheels, and then it'd be Five Nights at Freddy's. I voted for House of the Dead because I'm really excited for that. So a new poll, Granite says, would you have voted for Lumote? Yes or no?
Most likely, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, Fletch, we don't want to assume anything because we saw your reaction when Hot Wheels won. But what would be your most anticipated based on this list here?
Curveball, Hell Let Loose. No, I'm joking. I wish. No, yeah, Hot Wheels for me.
Hot Wheels,
I'm a massive racing fan, so for me, like, I used to love Hot Wheels as a kid, so for me, this is like
nice.
right up my alley. But I would say after that, I want to say Five Nights at Freddy's, just simply because, like, I would say Deathrun TV, but I feel like Five Nights at Freddy's a lot bigger.
Right. It is.
And as much as I love the look of Deathrun TV, I probably won't play it as much. I feel like I put more, even though it's a horror game, I still put more time into Five Nights. Yeah, I'm just not. I do well with twin stick shooters, but I'm more of a fan of Death Carnival in the more
understandable. Yeah.
Sort of darker, more hardcore shooty than Deathrun TV. But I can see why people like Deathrun TV. So I'm just happy that we're getting all of these games, to be honest. And House of the Dead I've never played, so I can't really speak on it, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. That's great to hear. Alrighty, so we're going to announce our winner of our giveaway here. So last week we started this contest. Now I just want to give a shout out. So this contest is sponsored by our good friend Jack DeSlip. Thank you so much, Jack. We really do appreciate all your love and support, not only for us but for the entire Stadia community. You really do make a difference, and we really do appreciate that. So what we proposed here, we did this a couple of months ago, and Scooterama ended up taking the win on it, where we advertised that we're giving away a Play and Watch with Google TV package. So you get the Google TV with a Stadia controller, color of your choice, along with any Stadia game. All you need it to do is to retweet it, reply, tag a friend, and let us know what you would do with a prize to help spread Stadia. So we got lots of responses here. You can see 73 retweets, 11 quotes, 68 likes. And
more retweets than likes. That's funny.
yeah, I know, right? So it was also mentioned too, it's open worldwide, and just to be eligible, following along those lines, that you give us a follow on YouTube as well. So as we can see here, we have a ton of different entries here and what people would do, and it was really, really, really hard, like, to be able to pick out of here. We went back and forth. We finally narrowed it down to 3, our top 3, and then from there we agreed upon. Let me unshare this here.
I will say to everyone, I don't even have a clue, so I'm like, who's it gonna be?
Who's it gonna be?
Is it Fletch? Is it John?
I didn't enter.
NinjaGuy?
I feel like there's more people who need it more than me, so I decided not to enter.
Alrighty, and our winner was, and like we said, we wish we had one to give one away for everybody that entered, but it's extremely hard. But our winner for this contest is none other than William. William said he would give it away to his roommate because he already owns a Chromecast with Google TV and a Stadia controller. I've tried to inform my roommate about the convenience and affordability of Stadia, but he's old school and wants to buy a PS5 instead. But if I presented him with the whole Stadia setup and the choice of his first game for free, I think I may be able to convert him. He goes, I almost forgot to tag someone. And William's been throughout this whole tweet here, also commenting on other people and just being an overall fantastic individual here. So shout out William. We'll contact William here. Sundown MW3, a loyal Stadia gamer and enthusiast who loves all things Google, including my Pixel 6 Pro, creator of hashtag Staying with Stadia. So it looks like he's
Nice.
out of Cleveland, Ohio here. And we'll get in touch. So congratulations, William. And again, thank you so much, Jack, for supplying this prize here for us to be able to give away and help spread the love of Stadia. So we'll reach out to William here and let him know that he's won, and we'll get things moving along.
Awesome.
Yep. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think with that, I think we're done here for today's episode. It's been a fantastic week. Again, it started off slow news-wise, but lots of news still came this way, and we got lots of great things in the plans here. Monday, we'll be interviewing Triangle Studios there, developers of From Space. We'll have another episode of Captures of Stadia on Tuesday. Fletch is streaming Outcasters tomorrow. We got that in the link in the chat here. But I'm gonna
beat everyone. I mean, I remember back when was it? I want to say it was last year, towards the beginning of last year, when Eddie did a big Outcasters tournament. Came second. I will not lose.
Yes, you got this. You got this.
I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
I expect to see you both there because I will destroy. And I know Anthony's in the chat as well, and the cowboy will lose too. Challenge.
Yeah. So Ninja, do you have anything else? Anything for the weekend or upcoming?
Not really. I'm gonna do a lot of relaxing. Probably gonna sleep when Maurice is gonna do some dancing, because we can't be around each other for some reason. But no, other than that, next week I'm just gonna prepare some more videos, more content for the channel, and keep it relaxed. I think it's gonna be a relaxing week next week.
Awesome, great. And Fletch, do you have anything else that you'd like to mention before we end today's episode?
If anyone's watching, subscribe to John and NinjaGuy. Do it. Legendary creators here, and all the other creators in chat as well. But yeah, no, I'll be obviously doing Outcasters, but other than that, don't know, some creation stuff. I have like, I think my list of ideas is like 70 long.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like when people are like, oh, if you ever run out of ideas, like, well, I got too many to do and too little time. But no, I'm spending the day with my daughter tomorrow, so that'll be nice.
Oh, yeah, that's great to see. Alrighty, and I'm just tomorrow. I'm going to be picking up. I got a ultra wide monitor, 34-inch ultra wide monitor. I think it's going to work better for me. I currently have a two monitor setup that really isn't working it well, so I'm going to try this ultra wide monitor here and see. So pick that up tomorrow, set it up, play with it a little bit, and other than that, just kind of like what Ninja was saying, just trying to relax and enjoy. We're supposed to be pretty nice weather this weekend here, so you just enjoy a little bit of outside fun.
No snow for once.
Good idea.
No snow. No, yeah. It just we got that snow, and then the next day it was gone, like it never ever happened. So, but yeah. So I think with that, we'll bid everybody ta-ta for now. Have a great, fantastic weekend, and we'll see you all again real soon. Thank you so much, everybody, for your support.
Have a good one, guys. See ya.